Hello everyone and welcome to the 2017 United States Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Prodigy Discs. We've got some round one action coming to you from Johnson City, Tennessee. I've got Jennifer Sawyer, plates for Team MVP out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. We also have on the card Paige Pierce, your four-time Women's World Champion, of course, for Team Dynamic Discs. We have our 2017 Amateur World Champion, Heather Zimmerman, and we have Ashleh Baumann coming to you from Ohio. Our vlog sponsors are MVP and, of course, the PDGA here at the PDGA Major. The women are starting out on hole 5, which is a par 3 at 277 feet. Paige Pierce hanging it just a bit wide right. She said it was better than her shot that she had during the doubles the day before. Heather Zimmerman second to tee. And not what you want early morning. It's not quite the cinnamon roll you'd like. Heather stays inbound. She'll be safe from there. A little bit nervous for a moment. Again, here's Jennifer. A great looking hyzer out and around. We'll see just how close that is to the basket. And Ashleh, I believe there was in fact a conversation about Ashleh versus Ashleh. If I got it wrong, well, you're going to hear it all round. A little approach shot, tough to see throughout the entire round. Anytime you're watching Heather throw an approach or even her putter, she usually uses a black disc. So sometimes it can be really tough to see. Paige has a long look at birdie, and usually that lunge putt is effective for her. And Jennifer's going to open up the round, hole number 5 here, with a birdie. Little tap-in action. Oh, that's nice. Paige bringing her the bag on the first hole. Yes, folks. Paige will flip up her disc every time before she putts it. Don't get too worked up about it. It's part of her routine, and I'm not going to argue with the four-time champ. And just like that, Jennifer Sawyer takes the box here for the second hole, hole number 6. 280 feet. It's got to play at least 310, maybe 320 or 330 uphill to the left. And you're going to see Paige with an all-out pull there. As many of you know, Paige throws it very far. So if she's giving it full power, not that bad of a kick considering that tree is right in the center of the fairway. She might be able to get up and down from there. That looks like a good drive right up the middle. She's got to take a shortened step. But Heather with a great line. It's still throwing uphill. Jennifer looks to be about 75 feet or so. She's going to be a little deep and wide. And Heather had asked her caddy just before throwing, should I lay this up? And I'm not sure what that was, but either way, she's right underneath the basket. Paige Pierce from the left side in the shadows, knocking down a birdie. And Jennifer actually carried deep. She's got a little bit of course maintenance to do here. She's going to move some of the dead and detached branches and debris out of her stance. Perfectly legal per PDGA rules. Again, this is a PDGA Major, and what a save! That's for the 3 here by Jennifer. Uphill, just about 30 feet away. And it seems off to a good start here. We're moving on to hole 7. Got a couple of birdies on the board here already in the first 2 holes. Paige is going to take the honors. And that one Does get a good kick. She's excited about it, but she completely missed her line there. This is a very difficult hole. The basket is straight ahead with a little bit of a right angle to it.
First up.
I'm not sure what the play is here. I think something like that, but it has to be wider left. It's got a very narrow gap in which you need to hit. And we saw Paige go wide left. The next three women went tight right. And this is not an easy position. Paige pulls that one tight right out of her hand. Throws it straight into the tree. She's going to see if she can line one up for next time. From the bottom of the hill. Now we see, oh yeah, that's an ultimate thrower. A heads up, coming in, buddy. He kind of just popped up on everyone right out of nowhere. You're certainly going to see Heather's ultimate influence throughout the round. Oh, and Paige. Wow.
What's going on here?
CTP whale socks for every card on this hole, for A pool and B pool. All the kids are getting one, and if I recognize the legends, they're getting one too.
Well, thank you, Tina Stenitis of Whale Sacks. Sweet CTP action, closest to the pin, that is. Oh, so close. Everybody's struggling here, trying to find that par. And there's another dot, little metal hit, but not quite enough. Jennifer here, just not quite dialed in. Paige is going to tap in for what's a bogey 4. Whoa. Simmer down there, Paige. The women actually started at 11 a.m. versus 10 a.m. There was a huge tree on hole 2 that was dead and seemed to be dangerous. It was discovered yesterday, so the players were pushed back a little bit so that they could get it taken care of in the morning. So play started at 11 a.m. We're moving on to hole number 8. Unfortunately, after a frame of bogeys, looks like Paige has the tee still. That carried too far to the right, 426 feet downhill on hole number 8. The sun is out. This is the first time we're going to see the sun. And this relatively wooded course, plenty of elevation, lots of sunshine here during this opening round, taking place on a Friday. And that's going to fade all the way down into the opening on the left side. Really no danger here. If you're going to miss anywhere, you definitely want to miss to the left as opposed to missing to the right. You got plenty of room over there. And again, there's an ultimate toss if you've ever seen one. That led her to her amateur world title earlier this year. And, oh, nice run. Jennifer also able to give it a run. And boom, Paige Pierce. Not quite the full-out lunging jump putt that she's so accurate with. At least 50 feet for Paige Pierce. Nate Perkins on the bag for Paige today. And the rest of the women are going to have to just settle for pars here. And a reason why Paige is so deadly is that long-range putting. thank you to MVP and Axiom Discs for the support. They are a primary sponsor here of the vlog coverage during this opening round, as Paige has a nice turnover here on this 205-footer. See a forehand out of Jennifer for the first time. A little better vantage point in case we were to get an ace coming in on hole 9. Ooh, nice kick and redirect. Usually a lot of those cedar type trees will suck you in and not let you get past. Little simple forehand approach. Jennifer's got a long look at birdie here. More metal. Count it. That's going to be Heather's first birdie of the round. Paige, who's looking to add to her collection of early morning birdies. Short range, no problem. I did not notice her wave for applause until I got to the editing room, put this together a few hours after the round took place. Paige keeps the tee after birdieing 3 out of the last 4. And this hole is very awkwardly shaped. All of the women really challenged by what their plan was here. It's 264. It's got to play just a little bit more than that. Uphill, probably closer to 280 at least. And that gap is just very small. I'm standing off to the left side of the tee pad to try and give you a look at the basket, but the gap is just really small. Looks like all of them have made it through. And here comes one of the famous lunging jump putts by Paige. Oh, right on line.
A little short.
Ultimate forehand approach there by Heather. And again, just a really hard hole to attack. You need to throw it hard. You need to hit the gap perfectly. And even then you have to have just the right angle on it. Looks like everyone's lining up, getting closer just to walk away with the 3s. This is a hole that you should be able to par. You definitely don't want to walk away with the bogey, but you're also not too likely looking at a birdie unless you throw just a perfect tee shot. And everyone cleans up, and just like that, we've got 4 pars. And we move over to hole 11, 253 feet. Again, slightly uphill, so it has to play at least 270, maybe 275 or 280. And the only real danger is the tree that you saw Paige turn it over into. She could have hung that wider to the left and came around the left side of that tree. And Jennifer, with a good looking line, just finished a tad short on her. And Ashleh keeps it low and fires straight up the gut. That's a park job.
Show off.
Definitely showing off. Solid putt. Emerald Champ finding her groove here. Paige from a knee.
Terrible.
She says it was terrible. I'm going to go ahead and say there is no player in disc golf, I feel like, that makes more putts from a single knee. And look at this roll.
That's fun.
I feel like you weren't being serious there, Jen, when you said that's fun. But holy cow, it doesn't matter. Gets the comebacker to drop down. That is solid concentration. Paige is going to move on. She's going to have to settle for a par. And the birdie. Nice park job. And going straight up the middle. Could have used a little bit more turn on that one. This is a very tight gap. Not sure that was the intended route there by Paige. She's kind of got a smile on her face. This is the mid-range, trying to dial it in, goes out and over the basket. There's a drop-off directly behind the basket. So an approach shot like this has to be careful. And Jen had gone way deep of the basket. She can be aggressive coming back up the hill. Heather has her look. Doesn't draw any metal, but just off the top. Paige in a very awkward putt from one knee. Doesn't matter. That's going to be a birdie for the Pierce camp. Jen's going to find her par. And in the early going, things are going very smooth for the card. This is a foursome. There's a number of fivesomes out there. A record-breaking field at 156 total women here at this PDGA Major. We're moving on to the next one. And here on the 9th hole of the round, this is a new fairway. If you're local to the area, this is actually probably an entirely different hole than what you're used to seeing out here. Zach Melton informed me that the previous hole really didn't have a route to go through trees. It was really an only over the tree kind of shot. And so they essentially came out and built a brand new hole. And Ashleh is going to find herself on the left side. Great standstill forehand there by Jennifer.
Thank you.
Another solid forehand. These guys are showing that you need all of the tricks out here on this course. This course is a little bit shorter, but as you can see, hilly and plenty of trees. Paige with a lunging putt. Doesn't draw any metal, carries past it just a bit. And that's going to get up and roll a little more than she was hoping for.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, it did that. That is not good. That's going to roll way past the basket. And Paige to save her par. Very impressive. Heather, who had declined cash a number of times prior to going to the AM Worlds in the Quad Cities of Iowa this year, has cashed as recently as Labor Day weekend, officially declaring herself as a professional women's disc golfer. And Jennifer here, very active in Michigan and promoting golf in the Kalamazoo area. And Ashleh is going to tap in, and that concludes our front nine.